On episode 87 of He Said, She Said movie reviews, we take a look at the movie Spider-Man Far From Home. Written by Kristen McKenna and Erik Sommers, and directed by Jon Watts, starring Tom Holland, Samuel L. Jackson, Jake Gyllenhaal, Marisa Tomei, Jon Favreau, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon. Welcome to He Said, She Said movie reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie taste take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we went and saw Spider-Man Far From Home. April gives this movie 3 stars, and I give it 3.5 stars. We'll tell you all about it right after these 2 trailers. So the first trailer we saw was for Artemis Fowl. This is about Artemis Fowl II, a young Irish criminal mastermind who kidnaps the fairy princess of the leprechaun officer Holly Short for ransom to fund the search for his missing father in order to restore the family fortune. This movie's coming out in May 29th of 2020 and stars Judi Dench, Josh Gad, and Adrian Scarborough. I hadn't seen anything about this, but it looks really interesting. I might read the book before the movie comes out.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea on that one. Okay, and the second trailer was My Spy. A hardened CIA operative finds himself at the mercy of a precocious, and she seems very precocious, 9-year-old girl, having been sent undercover to basically look after her family. The release date's August 23rd, 2019. It's with Dave Bautista and Kristen Schaal.
All right, so Spider-Man Far From Home. This takes place after the Avengers Endgame, and Spider-Man must step up to take on new threats in a world that has changed forever.
The director is Jon Watts. He's known for Spider-Man, Homecoming, and Cop Car.
And the writing team of Kristen McKenna and Erik Sommers, they're both known for Spider-Man Homecoming, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle.
There you go. Cast was I thought it was a great cast.
The cast was Tom Holland, Samuel L. Jackson, Jake Gyllenhaal, Marisa Tomei, Jon Favreau, Zendaya, and Jacob Batalon.
The runtime was 129 minutes. It was rated PG-13 for sci-fi action, violence, some language, and brief suggestive comments.
Okay, April. So what did you think?
You know what I thought? Actually, I thought it was a cute movie. I really did. It's no secret some of these aren't my favorites, but I thought this was a cute movie. I liked the ages of the kids per se, probably because of, the ages of my nieces. And it's just one of my favorite age groups. So I enjoyed that. I loved the whole mix of the movie that they're on their trip. There's a lot of things I liked about it, a lot of things that made me laugh, like the chaperones. I mean, there was a lot of little things that made this movie. I really enjoyed it. I didn't really enjoy the end. So we did really well till the end. What did you think?
Well, for me, I said this when we reviewed Avengers Endgame. I'm not a big superhero movie fan. I'm not a fanboy. For me, they're just movies. I can't wait to see them. It's not, oh my God, Spider-Man. So for me, this was a movie. I really enjoyed the first 2/3 of the movie. Okay. There's a big reveal before the third act. And for me, the third act was kind of like, and I know a lot of people are going, ooh, that big reveal was cool and everything. But for me, it was like, yeah, okay, so what? But I thought the movie was very well done as far as the special effects. I mean, it was eye candy the whole way. The fight scenes, the stuff with Jake Gyllenhaal's character, the Mysterioso, his special effects. Hey, listen, it was a beautifully made movie.
Yes,
I can't say
agreed.
It wasn't really slow. It had nonstop action. There was a lot of good comedy in this, and I really like how this really picked up from the end game. They really concentrated on Iron Man's death and how it was now Spider-Man's job to step up, and Iron Man had picked him to step up and become the new leader of the Avengers.
I think that was good. I did not care for the cast of MJ. I thought that character was miscast.
I thought Zendaya did a far better job in the first Spider-Man in the Coming Home movie. She was kind of flat in this one. And, and it might have been the script. I don't think they didn't flesh out her character very well.
No,
they made her kind of a very negative character and such. So,
but I enjoyed it. Again, I thought that it was, like you said, well made. I just felt like, other than the ending, I think that the dialogue, it was good. I think it could have been a little bit better. I don't know.
It's back to the acting too. I want to say, I think for me, I've seen all the Spider-Man movies, and I think Tom Holland by far is the best Spider-Man. I think he's doing a really good job.
Definitely. And I think the audiences really like him. That's what they tell us anyway.
Yeah, I have no problem with the direction in the movie. I thought it was well directed. The score was not noticeable, so I think they did a good job with that.
The theme was more of stepping up.
Right. What'd you think of the cinematography?
I just kind of, we talked about this, and you might have mentioned, I don't know if it was to me then or just now, but the eye candy. I loved, it was beautiful in that, what I'm trying to say, in that way, but I loved the shots of Europe. Yeah,
I thought they did a really good job of showing Europe off. So
and I thought the production design was great. And again, the special effects. I loved how when people would disintegrate, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just that they would fade away. It was just kind of like evil magic, but it looked like magic.
Yeah, the special effects, once again, as April and I have both already said, this movie is full of eye candy. And listen, if you like Spider-Man, which most people do, and you like superhero movies, I think you're going to love this movie. For me, as I already said, I'm not a superhero movie fan. So this, to me, was an average movie. Was I entertained? Absolutely, I was entertained. So for me, it meets my criteria of being entertained. And so it gets, that even middle of the road score of 3.
Well, but, and again, for me, I'll tell you, I liked it better than I thought I would. So that's good. I rated it a 3. But I think that, several of the characters did great. And that's that. It was a cute movie. It worked. We were in and out. As far as, I'm trying to remember what I said about the length of it. I think I did feel like it went a little long.
Yeah, for me, I thought, I was stunned when I looked at when I looked at the specs for this movie and found out that it was only 2 hours and 9 minutes. It sure felt a lot longer than that for me. So I was like, oh, it was only 2 hours. So, but that's it. And also the dialogue. I thought the dialogue was good. I know you like the chaperones. Me, I thought the chaperones were kind of silly, and it was added a little, especially JB Smoove. His character, I didn't do much for me. So,
well, and my thing is, silly might have been funny. You know what I mean? To me, which is probably what occurred.
I'm usually the one who likes the slapstick, and you don't. And for me, it seemed a little too slapsticky for me. So.
I hear you. Well, anyway, there's many movies this summer, still more to come, but I hope we see you at the movies. We appreciate your support. And certainly we've really enjoyed bumping in and seeing so many of you at the Spring Cinema and Tap House in Sandy Springs, Georgia. That's been quite a pleasure. And we want to thank you for all your support, and we'll see you at the movies.
Hey, and don't forget, this is episode 87, and on the 100th episode, we're giving away a $100 movie gift certificate to one lucky subscriber to the podcast. So please go out to hesaidshesAidmovies.com/contest, and you can get all the rules for the contest. Hopefully that winner will be you. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you at the movies.
See you at the movies, and you'll be going for free if you win.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.